Hi, I'm Josh Axelberg, and I'm here in the Displayit Creative Services studio. And we like to share videos from time to time that help our clients become more successful at trade shows. And if you've seen some of our videos, we focus on three pillars of trade show success. And the first is, what do you got to say? What's the message you want to share with your target prospects? The second is, how are you going to get noticed? You can have a great message, but if you don't stand out in the crowd, it's not going to make a difference. And finally, what's it worth to you? And that's all about the opportunity that you have at a particular trade show, how much return on investment you can realize, and how much you're going to spend to realize that. So it's important to keep your costs aligned with your goals and objectives. So from time to time, we'll share videos and we'll talk about those topics. But in this video, I wanted to go kind of more in-depth in each one of those areas as kind of an overview. So you kind of get a feel for what we'll talk about in future videos. So the first is, what do you got to say? And it seems simple enough. People spend a lot of money on trade shows. They plan, they're going to go, they take everybody out there to travel. But so many of the companies that we've worked with through the years don't have a good idea of what they want to say or what they want to share. They don't have a good idea of what their target prospect is looking to hear. So when you go to a trade show, your prospects have made great effort to be there. They're traveling as well, and they hope to see new products. They hope to hear from companies that are going to solve their problems. So you've got to figure out the message that you want to share with them and how you're going to share that with them. So and it ties into getting noticed. What a lot of our clients do is when they create their trade show display, they want to put every bit of information about the whole history of their company on one graphic. And that is not a way to get noticed. That's not a way to convey the message that you provide. When you spend that time coming up with the message you want to share, if you put the whole message about your company, nothing's going to stand out. And that's really what the folks here in our creative services team and what they help you do is once you've really determined what that key message for a particular event is, they're going to help you visually represent that message in a way, in a format that's going to be clear and obvious to your prospects at the trade show. And finally, what's it worth? And a lot of times people, when they go shopping for a trade show display, they just kind of work backwards. They go, hey, we're going to a show, we need a booth. They walk through it. How much do I think I can afford to spend? But it's critical that you determine the goals and potential and upside that you have at a particular trade show. And you figure out what it's going to cost and what it's going to take. You figure out what the opportunity is there as well. And then we can help you to make sure that you don't spend too much, to make sure that your booth isn't too heavy so that shipping costs are going to be exorbitant, that your booth doesn't take too long to set up, which is going to drive your labor costs high. A lot of our exhibitors don't have a good idea of what those costs can be and how to really cut those costs and keep them low. So that's what we do in these three videos here. We're going to help you make sure you got a great message to share. We're going to help you make sure that you get noticed. And we're going to help you make sure that you get a great return on investment by managing your costs and so forth. And that's what our team here in the Creative Services Department does. So I look forward to talking to you again in the future, sharing more tips about how you can be more successful at your next trade show.